Hidden away on the Essex coastline lies a magical world of craft and design, where forgotten treasures are given a new lease of life.
Ah, there we go.
We all have things that we love, but sometimes we just can't find a purpose for them. These unused items are cluttering up our homes, but they hold so many memories, we simply can't throw them away. It's not just a sewing machine, is it? It's what it represents.
It's part of our childhood.
It was something that I always wondered what could be done with it.
It reminds me of being really happy as a child.
Here in the workshop, our team of crafters will reimagine and rework these items.
No going back now, that's the first cut.
It's nice to be able to try and breathe new life into this old object.
This is always the scary part of any project, of taking a crowbar to it.
Transforming them into something new and beautiful.
Oh my God. It's incredible. That is absolutely amazing.
At our creative haven, our crew of expert crafters are raring to go and ready to remake. We have masters of metal.
I want to try and get this as flat as possible. They're going to go on there like that.
I'm going to file each stone up, refine the shape.
This is just a little bit more exciting than racing a bike.
Textile gurus and woodworking maestros.
Oh, just do it all day long. Great.
There's nothing our team can't transform.
Well, it would have been wooden originally, wouldn't it? It would have just been...
At some point, there was a bit of attention given to it, but generally speaking, it's thrived on neglect. I can't believe it's lasted for 100 years, to be honest.
Lynn from Berkshire has brought a 100-year-old dresser into the workshop, which has been in her family for 3 generations.
So, Lynn, I'm going to introduce you to our wonderful remakers. This is Daisy and Rada.
Hi, Daisy. Hello. Rada.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, guys, have a little look at that.
Lynn's dressing table had been handed down to her mum, Olive, who died recently, aged 96.
She was a lovely mum. Everyone loved her. She would tell me these stories about going off to the American GI base in Harrogate and having dances, well-chaperoned dances, we have to add. And they would give her chocolates and silk stockings and then make sure they all got home safely. She was quite a party girl, apparently. You can imagine sitting here, getting herself ready to go out to the American bases, to go with her girlfriends and her work colleagues.
Because she would have been in her late teens when the American soldiers would have turned up.
Lynn and her mum were always close, but in the 10 years since Lynn's dad died, they were inseparable, holidaying together and recently seeing each other every day.
I'm still a bit devastated because, you know, it's a long time. The longer you have someone in your life, and we were a team. I was so used to looking after her, and then she would look after me in different ways. You know, she'd always be watching out for me, and you never have anyone quite on your side like your lovely mums.
You don't. I think we'll do something very special with this.
I'm excited.
Special piece for a special lady.
Very special lady, yes, very special mum.
Have you got some ideas?
I do.
OK, Daisy's going to go first. Daisy, hit us with it. What do you think of it?
I think it's a lovely little piece, and it's really nice to hear all the stories. And your mum does sound like quite a party girl. So I was thinking to keep with that kind of theme and go with a drinks cabinet. I thought I could remove the drawers and instead put doors, potentially using some of the timber from the drawers. Use the handles as well, because I think they're really important to retain, because they're really lovely. And it could have a mirrored back and potentially wallpaper on the sides, which would then be reflected in the mirror. And spaces for glasses and bottles, and be a nice piece for the front room.
So a drinks cabinet, that sounds like a good one. Because what was Olive's favourite tipple? Did she have one?
Champagne.
Did you? Why did I not meet your mother?
I mean, she loved to drink, and most of the photographs I see of her and me, she has got a glass in her hand.
Thank you, Daisy. Rada, what about you?
Yeah, so I was also really admiring a lot of really nice details on this cabinet. So things like these really nice little handles and, you know, even like these drawers that they're constructed actually very nicely. So I wanted to keep some of these intact, but actually transform it into a display unit. So I have a nice glass front. I'll sort of cut down the side angular and create it into this big glass display cabinet where you're able to keep memorabilia and then also keep some drawers in the bottom so that you can keep more private things about your mum or anyone else in your life. So yeah, to transform it like that.
Sound amazing,
I know.
don't they? Oh, wow, so creative.
So you have Daisy's drinks cabinet and you have Rada's display cabinet. Which one would you like to go for?
I'm thinking maybe the storage for the memorabilia would be rather nice because I'm taking all her little things from her own home and finding that my home is being cluttered.
Right.
So to have a lovely place where all her things are would be lovely, actually, for me.
Rada's display cabinet. I think that's a
It does sound
wonderful idea.
amazing.
Sure.
Daisy, not successful this time. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I think it's important that you choose the one that's functional and is going to be used and work in your home.
Rada, are you ready to get stuck in?
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll be a really beautiful piece by the end of it.
A fitting tribute to a very wonderful woman, the olive cabinet. Let it commence.
All right, John. I don't actually want to change the form of it so much and keep it so that when she looks at it, she knows that that was her mum's dressing table that she would sit at and get her makeup done. So instead, but just by slicing that down, we can keep the main body and the legs exactly the same, but then play around with what's going on in the inside. Now, there's a lot of these details that are just really classic of the time, so I don't want to change too much of it. It's really nice to be able to work on something that's got so much history and character to it. What's really cool is, I mean, this whole thing is over 100 years old. Just using my blade now just to cut that paint line. That way, when this does break apart, it's not going to chip out paint all over the place. This is a good way of just making sure that you're in control of where that paint is going to go and where it's going to break along. You can actually see that just by breaking that paint, it started to loosen it. So it's so interesting that how the paint was actually holding that down in a lot of the places.
Taking it apart reveals that this cabinet is not all it seems.
So this is actually just a 3mm piece of plywood along this top, and you can actually see it delaminating here, and then they've added on this bead to make it look like it's made up of something thicker. Now, I think I'm going to actually replace all of that because I'm going to be cutting it back so much thinner. So I'm just going to remove this piece now, and it actually should just break. There it is. Something that I love about working on these old pieces is that often you're able to find the maker's mark in it. And right here, just as I was about to dismantle this drawer, I can see that whoever the previous maker was, their initials were HL, and they've stamped that in to the top of the drawer. So what I want to do is actually cut this out and preserve this somewhere else in this unit. I think it's really important to try and keep that history.
To cut this in half. I'm just making one massive curtain. What am I doing?
Next into the Saved and Remade workshop is Peter from Derbyshire. What's your dog called?
Delphi.
Delphi?
Yeah.
Really? How long have you had him for?
10 years.
Oh, really? Yeah. He's brought in an item that I think our mechanics and metalwork master Titch is going to love getting to grips with. So, Peter,
Yes.
please meet Titch. Titch is going to transform this. Have you ever seen one of these?
Do you know what? I haven't. I've seen lots of different barbecues, but not like this, Amanda. It's quite old, isn't it, Pete?
It's about 50 years old, I think.
Yeah.
It's an unusual object to bring in because most of these would end up in a tip, wouldn't they?
Yes, yeah, they would.
But this
belong to your partner, John. Tell me a little bit about John.
He was a very outgoing person. I mean, he knew a hell of a lot of people, and he just loved life. And he did work in a local pub, and quite often after the pub finished, people come back to the house, and you know, if they were hungry, they could just light that and put some burgers on. Yeah.
Was it something that got used a lot?
Yes,
it did.
I wouldn't sit in the garden and have a burger on my own, so really I wouldn't use it as much.
Yeah.
But the memories are there.
I know you guys were together for a long time. It was, how long?
25 years.
That's a long time, isn't it? And then last year, sadly, he passed away.
Yes.
Suddenly.
Yes, yeah.
Quite suddenly. So that must have been an enormous shock.
It was, yeah.
How you doing?
Fine, yeah. Well, you say fine, you just have to try and get on with it, and you go through it, really.
Yeah, one step at a time.
One step at a time, yeah.
I wouldn't even know where to start with this, which is why it's really good that he's here. Have you got any ideas?
Do you know what? I got quite excited about this. I saw in here when you take this out and when you take this away. But what I saw is these little runners in the side.
All right.
Now, these would be superb to be able to mount arms on here. And if I put in then a nice wooden lattice base, this would then begin to start looking like a seat.
Yeah.
Also, I think we can do something with this. It'd be nice to do, say, a wall-mounted clock for the garden.
Brilliant, yeah. It's
You
really
like
good.
those ideas?
Yeah?
You're going to be busy, Titch.
Well, I know, it's a bit full on this.
Commence, this is going to be incredible.
Brilliant. I'm looking forward to this one.
Me too.
Titch's ideas were brilliant because John loved clocks. He had, must be at least over 30 clocks in his house, and also loved his garden, so that would be ideal to put them both together outside.
Metals mechanic Titch is starting work on Peter's old barbecue. As an ex-Special Forces operative, he has a problem-solving mentality, which he'll need to turn the barbecue into something beautiful in John's memory.
Now, what I've got is the grill, and then we've got this rather thin tin plate. But this, however, is the nice bit. This is a cast base. Now, this is what I want to turn into a seat. And then what I'm going to do is change it slightly, and we're going to go with a rocking chair. Now, I'm going to have to be really careful when I work with this to make sure I don't crack it, because if you crack it, we're in a bit of a state. What Peter wanted is a clock. Now, I haven't got much to work with, but I've got an idea where I can create something which is a bit of an Art Deco style clock using the rungs off the grill, and I'll use this plate and I'll buzz this back so it's nice clean steel, and we'll make it into a diamond shape. I always recommend knocking up a template. This is a little diamond. This is about as much as I can save out of this bit of steel. Well, that's a little bit sturdier than I expected. However, no going back now, that's the first cut. I've got a piece of scaffold board here. What this is going to get used for is the mount for the clock. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a diamond piece out of the scaffold board.
Titch carefully cuts the wood, sawing out a section for the clock mechanism to slot into. After attaching the metal plate from the barbecue, he polishes it up.
Now, the last part of the clock, then, I'm going to use the grill. So I'm going to cut these rungs off here, and I'm going to mount them inside here. Now, what I'm going to do is add various lengths in there, and I'm going to do them so it's like a starburst effect. I think it'll look really nice for the contrast of the tarnished metal and then some really nicely polished chrome.
So you want it cutting off, basically?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I can do that for you, mate.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
In the forge, metalsmith Lee is turning his attention to some stained glass windows.
We have 8 of these panels, which are probably like 1930s, I reckon, at first glance. So what I want to do with them is I'm going to sort of hopefully turn them into some kind of Tiffany-esque sort of glass lampshade.
The windows belong to Angela and Paul from Liverpool.
We were replacing in the house. We had to replace with double glazing because after nearly 100 years, they were a bit worse for wear. So, but I didn't want to throw them in the skip because somebody had put these in our house 100 years ago, and it's history, it's heritage. And I loved the way the sun shone through them and some of the glass sparkled.
We were quite sad, as Angela said, so very, very sort of passionate about wanting to keep some sort of heritage, keep some history of the house and keep it going long into the future.
The glass is very fragile, so Lee needs to take extra care removing it.
I mean, there's going to be a few panels that probably get cracked, but they're the only ones around the edge. The main ones I want to try and get myself preserving are these central pieces, which is where the colour is. I'm just going to flip it over and hopefully this will remove, the glass will just drop out, of which, look at that, lovely, just what we want.
But before Lee can work his magic to transform the old glass into a beautiful garden light, he needs to check the design will work.
Because it's hanging outside in the garden, yeah, obviously in the evening when she's having her evening do's with her friends or what have you, she can have the light on, very nice. But in the daytime, it'd be lovely to have sort of the garden being reflected in the mirror pieces. This is the downward view, in there like that, and then separate that up. It's going to get a bit like origami in a way, but so then we'll have two sections of mirror in these areas here. But a few more sketches, a few more measurements, and we'll start the cutting. I don't want to cut things until I'm ready, obviously, because we get one shot at doing that.
Over in the workshop, perfectionist Rada has discovered a problem with the century-old dresser. He's carefully measured and cut panels for the new display cabinet, but they're just not fitting.
So this unit is a little bit out of square, and so even though I'm cutting all these pieces and they are square, I'm now just going to have to do a little bit of jiggery-pokery, a little bit of woodworking magic, and just cut this so that we've got that line nice and square. But I still want to reinforce it with some screws around the back here. So the line that I've just cut now seems to be pretty good. We just need to take off another tiny little skim just to pull in this side, and that should pull it in really nicely. I know that Lynn holds a lot of photographs both from her mum and her grandmother, so what I want to do is have it so that these are all accessible day to day. Right now, I'm relining the internal of this carcass with the oak-faced MDF. That way, then we can still get that really nice, sort of more luxury interior without the luxury price.
Having remodelled the body of the dressing table, Rada's making sure nothing goes to waste.
Now, if I take one of the old drawers that we had earlier, that slots in really, really nicely right there. And I'm very happy with that. I'm going to use the table saw to slice all the way around the frame of this and actually just reduce it all. Then I can cut it right down the middle, separate it into two drawers, and then we'll have one for each side. That is great. Okay. Yeah.
Outside, Titch is putting his metalwork skills through their paces.
I've got Peter's mini barbecue here, and as you can see, it's really rusty, and I'd like to bring it back to its raw metal. Now, in order to get into all these nooks and crannies, I've set myself up a little blasting unit here. It's going to work really nicely for this, so we'll get in and we'll blast it off.
The rusty old barbecue base will become the seat of Peter's new rocking chair, so Titch needs to get it shining. Next mission, making the sides.
What I need to do is bend this shape here with a nice curve along the bottom for the rocker, back up, and then the back of it, and the barbecue is going to sit in here. I've drawn it out full size on the floor here. I've never really done this before, I'll be honest. And I'm going to do it out of this plate. So this is 8mm. It's going to take some bending. So I've borrowed a little bit of kit off Lee. Now, he refers to this as a bending dog. I mean, I suppose it looks a little bit like a dog, doesn't it? It's got a couple of ears on it. Nothing like a baptism of fire, eh?
Despite his impressive military muscles, getting the metal bent into the shape needed is proving too tough for Titch to do solo.
Rada, you got a minute? You grab hold of the other end of that. Cheers, mate.
Right here?
That's great. All you need to do is just take the weight of it.
Nice.
Let me get the big beastie. I'm going to sort of shift you in and out a bit, mate.
Yeah.
As I move all the table. Trial and error.
And with that little extra muscle power, the rocking chair soon takes shape.
Tell you what, it's as near as damn it. Bang on. I'm really chuffed with it. And if I pull them out, you'll get a good idea of what we're looking at. Like that. There you go. Like Grandpappy's rocking chair. That's great, isn't it?
Peter is making his way back into the workshop to see how Titch has transformed the old barbecue.
Hello, my lovely. How are you?
Yeah, fine.
Good.
Right, yeah.
Are you nervous?
Yes, very.
Don't be.
No.
Because I tell you something, he has created an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Are you ready to see it?
Yes, I am, yes, yeah.
OK.
Do the honours, Titch.
There we go.
That is just lovely, yeah. There's no way I would have thought it would have been like that. Yes, lovely. I am speechless because it's just I can't take it in.
Well, certainly we chatted about you wanted something potentially for your garden or whatever, and I was like, right, OK, this has got these brilliant right angles, and I love these sides, the way it flipped up.
Yeah.
You know, it folded away, didn't it?
Yeah.
So that was my inspiration, really, to then make it into a seat.
There's a little something extra as well, isn't there?
There is, yeah. Remember there was the grill that was on the top, wasn't there? Yeah, and the pan that went underneath. If you turn around there is a Art Deco clock.
So, yeah, that's really good, yeah. John did collect clocks, so that was something he always did, collect clocks, so, yeah.
That was something you mentioned before, so I was super keen to make you a clock as well.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah,
Thanks for bringing it in.
Yeah, and you.
I mean, it's for you to bring it in.
Titch is just gifted what he can do with things, really. It's just I'm mind-boggling, really. I'm just over the moon with it. Yeah, it's just beyond my wildest dreams, really. You know what Titch has done.
John?
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Back at the forge, metal sculptor Lee is ready to cut up the fragile stained glass for the garden lampshade he's creating for Angela and Paul.
It gets me on edge a little bit when I'm cutting glass because you can never guarantee it's going to go in the right direction. Here we go. If this one comes off easily, we're all right. If this one's tricky, then the rest are going to be even harder. OK, that's that. Now I'm going to bring it to the edge of the desk, give it a little tap, and then there she goes.
Lee's tungsten glass cutter is perfect for the job, but the lead surrounding the glass makes a delicate task even harder.
And down here. See, what's tricky there is I wasn't able to get right to the edge. Let's just hope that that goes in the right direction. Come on. There she goes. It's so brittle. But, you know, you just drop it on the floor, it's gone, isn't it? Eyes. The form that I'm building is starting to take some kind of representation of that diamond shape. Very geometric lines. I'm really happy with that. You know, first of all, I'm going to concentrate on getting the stained glass panels in first. Then I'll cut each piece of mirror to fit that perfectly. Then I will bring these two forms together and a few spot welds around the edge, and that'll be absolutely rigid. a rigid structure for her to enjoy in her garden.
I mean, we don't know, we have no idea what's being made, what they're being converted to, but some sort of outside feature for the garden would just be heaven.
It's time for Angela and Paul to return to the workshop.
Yeah, I wonder what they've done with this thing. That's going to be pretty special.
Hey, Angela and Paul, lovely to meet you. What a beautiful day for it.
Gorgeous.
So stained glass windows, always been a favourite of mine. I love the way the light catches them, but you had to replace yours, didn't you?
We did, unfortunately.
We have chosen Lee as our remaker for this. Now, Lee's speciality is metalwork and forge work. I think he's created something quite stunning.
Can't wait.
I can't wait either. I know, me too. It's like Christmas. Should we go and have a look?
Yeah, let's go.
Please. What do you think? This is Lee. That's what you're looking at.
Hello.
Oh, my
Brilliant.
goodness.
That is beautiful.
Oh, that is amazing.
Can we go closer?
Yeah, of course you can. Come on down and meet Lee and have a look at it.
Brilliant. That's
Amazing.
unbelievable. Thank you very much,
nice,
sir.
isn't it? No,
Thank you.
absolute pleasure. That's a pleasure. Lovely to meet you.
That's actually really... That's actually really moving. That is so beautiful. It's truly beautiful.
So you got a space in the garden
Yeah,
you've got it all
yeah.
planned for?
Just got built a pergola. Absolutely perfect.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That'll hang perfect
Yeah.
in there.
Oh,
get,
you could hang it from the pergola then.
Absolutely.
I stuck all the mirror in it so that in the daytime you get loads of reflection.
Deflection,
and what have
yeah.
you, It sort of plays little tricks with the eye
it
a
does.
little.
It's absolutely gorgeous, and I love the way you've kept the real windows.
Yeah.
I thought you might be breaking it up and putting
Yeah.
here, there, and everywhere, but the fact that you've kept that is really, really special. Lee, thank you so much for all that hard work. Thank you.
Another couple of
Another
satisfied
job done.
customers.
Another job done.
The next visitor to the workshop is Janice from Cambridgeshire, who's brought some unworn items from the bottom of her jewellery box.
Janice, thank you so much for coming along. I am so excited to hear about these beautiful pieces that you brought in. This is Tamara. She's going to be in charge of creating something magical.
Janice has brought 3 rings, an opal one designed for her by her late husband, and 2 others that he used to wear.
I wanted to talk to you before we get on to the pieces about your lovely husband, Keith.
We went to the same primary school together.
Okay.
And we went to grammar school together. And I remember I went down the pub with one of my friends. And he was there, and I said to my friend, I can't stand that bloke. And he asked me out that night, and I went...
And you said yes?
I said yes.
Imagine if you'd liked him.
I know.
At what point did you go, actually, I do quite like you after all?
I just realised he really liked me. And I kind of thought about it. I thought, I'll tell him I love him. And, you know, he was waiting for me to say it. And he
said it back.
Sadly, Keith passed away in 2005 when he was only 47. They'd been married for 29 years.
When he died, I lost my best friend. You never get over it, but you learn to live with it. But I have my memories, because we travelled everywhere, all over the world. He inspired me to do so many things.
So let's talk about these pieces that you've brought in today.
Yeah, this is his wedding ring.
It's beautiful. And the other one is his signet ring.
Signet ring. I can't remember when we got that made for him, but it's got his initial on it.
Why have you brought them in? Because for me, I think jewellery is one of the most personal things that anyone can have. Particularly the wedding ring. Why have you not got it around a chain?
I did.
Right.
I did for a while.
Yeah.
And then I got to the point where I didn't need to.
Yeah.
And I've still got a little cross with some of his ashes in it. And I keep that, and take that wherever I go.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where those lovely things were just sat in the jewellery box.
Yeah. Do you want a bit? Right.
And I thought, well, you know, what's the point of having them sat there? And I thought, well, wouldn't it be great if I could have something that amalgamated those memories and got made into something new yet again?
Tamara, what is going through your mind with these?
I will be honoured to try and transform these pieces into something special. I'm thinking of a box, an object that you can look at and touch every day and have in your home. I'm thinking of perhaps taking the opal from the ring. We've got the silver and the gold rings as well, and the white gold from the actual ring shank, where I can create some sort of setting around it that will fit onto the box. We also have a bag of other amazing jewels of yours.
Yeah, they're all little bits and pieces of the stuff that we brought from round the world that is either broken or don't wear anymore.
I'm thinking of like decorating perhaps the lid of the box with some of these gems to reflect all the different countries that you've been to.
Sounds brilliant. I mean, because from my perspective, more is more.
Jeweller Tamara's getting started on Janice's rings.
I have a very special jewellery cleaning solution in this bowl, and I'm going to pop it into this sieve, and we're going to soak it for about an hour. I'm really excited about transforming these jewels into a new keepsake for her to treasure forever. It's going to bring a whole set of challenges, but I'm really excited about sinking my teeth into the project.
Tamara's biggest challenge is to create something much larger than the delicate jewellery she normally designs.
Hey, Lee.
Oh,
How you doing?
very well.
I've got a bit of a challenge I hope you can help me with.
Oh, yeah, of course, of course. That's what I'm here for.
Got a few jewels that Janice has given me, including a very old but beautiful opal ring in white gold and yellow gold. Janice and her late husband did a fair amount of travelling together over the years, and they have a love of the Far East, places like China and India. And I was thinking of a box that reflected their love of these places. I need the box, and I also need the lid, please.
What kind of size are we talking then?
Well, we're thinking about sort of tea caddy size.
The stuff I do is normally a little bit rough and ready, but I think, you know...
We can refine it together.
Exactly, that's what I like. I want you got under your guidance.
Yes.
All right, well, how long have we got?
A day.
Right, okay, we better get on there, haven't we?
Back in the workshop, Rada has started the final part of his transformation of Lynn's old dresser.
This right here is going to be the frame that's going to hold in that glass right at the front of that cabinet.
Making the glass frame from scratch means creating some tricky joints.
And this right here is the most important cut, and that is cutting the shoulder. It's really imperative that this is completely straight and square, and that way we're able to get a really nice consistent joint. But I've set up the depth stop on my saw. And now what I can do is I can just place this at little increments. And of course, then you get the satisfaction of crunching all of those at the end, which is really the little payoff right there. By having a razor-sharp chisel, I can go in there, clean off the bottom of these, and get a really nice tight joint by the end of it. And I can show you right here how that joint will go together. We have these two halves that come together, and that right there is called a half lap. Really happy with that. That's really actually quite nice and tight. Brilliant. Very happy with that. Now, this is, of course, going to be the frame that's going to sit around the outside like that. If you imagine inside here is then going to be that glass, and it's going to hinge up like that, allowing you to access that drawers and the shelves on the inside. Right, let's finish off this frame, put in the glass, and this is going to be a brilliant remake. Really happy for this.
While Rada finishes the last pieces of the cabinet, Lynn is making her way back to the workshop.
Come on in, lovely Lynn. How are you, my darling?
Well, thank you, Amanda.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good.
Lovely to see you all.
You too. And lovely Rada.
Nice to see you.
How are you feeling?
I'm so excited now I'm here.
This has been a big transformation. Rada, you've had fun doing this, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, working with something that's got so much history behind it was really exciting. Well, I managed to keep the majority of it as the originals.
Are you ready?
I am,
One,
yes.
2, 3.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Rada, that's beautiful. My goodness, you've made it so contemporary as well and stylish. So I've got lists of little treasures to put in it.
It's very contemporary, but it's also kept all the elements of history as well.
I actually found on the inside of the drawers the original maker who made this dresser had marked it.
No way.
So on the side of the drawer, you can see right here, I've cut it out and then embedded it back into the drawer. So HL, whoever they were,
interesting.
They were the original makers. So it's got all the original drawer boxes, the handles.
Where did you find that? I never saw that before.
It was actually stamped on the inside of one of the drawers.
Really?
Yeah.
And I love that you kept the scallops and the glass.
Yeah, I thought actually it adds really nicely to the form of the piece and keeps, without trying to change too much of it.
By the time I finished trimming it up with all the little gorgeous pieces to sit there, yes, I can picture it now.
Oh, wow.
And I pass it all the time.
Lovely.
In my home, so
It'll be a lovely memory. You are so welcome.
Thank you so much.
so welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, I can put all her lovely mementos and possessions that she cherished, and I'll be able to pass it every day and just remind me of some really treasured memories and times we shared. So that's very, very beautiful.
Just touch on there, touch on there.
I don't have 20/20 vision anymore, but I think it's pretty accurate.
Tamara is working on her design to showcase Janice's rings. She's going to find out how Lee's got on making the box.
Hello.
How's it going?
Well, it's been a very fiddly process, but I'm not quite used to working on something quite so small. But it's coming together.
I've never made anything so big.
No, we are coming together. We're meeting in the middle.
We are.
These are the size to the box. I just wanted to get it so when she's picking it up, it's
three-dimensional.
Yeah, I've got to try and keep mine, neat.
I have every confidence in you.
Oh well, I'm glad you have. If I very quickly just tack the top points of these together, we can have a feel of it and get the actual, get an idea of how big it's going to be.
Thank you so much.
Fortunately, I'm all set up and ready to go. Eyes. That's it. So you can take your mask off now. So it's a little bit warm, but they're only the smallest little welds I've got on there. So that gives you an idea. Yeah, just the.
I love it.
I mean, I'll probably have to take it apart again just so I can refine the insides.
Look at the star.
Brilliant.
I think Janice is going to be very happy
Oh, well, it's great to know that we're going in the right direction. Anyway,
Teamwork.
Teamwork?
Yeah.
All right then. Excellent stuff. I will see you shortly.
Back at the workshop, Tamara can focus on transforming Janice's jewellery.
I've already started to dismantle one of Janice's charm bracelets, and I want to make equal size baubles. So in order to do that, I'm cutting off 2 links from the charm bracelet, and I'm going to pop them into these recesses that I've carved out of this charcoal block and then melt them. And then as we melt them, the links just ball up into these beautiful little baubles. So you can see it goes this like salmon pink colour, and then it contracts into itself and you get the perfect ball. There's a huge amount of science and chemistry involved in what we do. I did teaching, designing and making jewellery part-time for about 15 years. And because you're constantly getting asked questions by your students, you have to learn to become a bit of an encyclopedia. You have to have an answer to everything. And it does make you a bit of a geek in wanting to know the reason why we do things in our industry. So I've just come back from the forge from seeing Lee, and he's constructed the box for me, and I've got the lid here, and that's what I'm going to work on next. I've also got the parts of Janice's jewellery. We've got the opal from the original opal ring that her husband gave her. I've made a silver button from some of her other silver jewellery that she's given me, and that's going to go into the centre of the lid.
As Tamara works on the finishing touches, Janice returns to the workshop to see the results.
Janice, thank you so much for coming back into the Saved and Remade workshop. It's lovely to see you again.
And it's lovely to see both of you again.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm feeling a little bit trembly.
Me too.
Wow. Oh, God, that's so beautiful. And it's got the stone in the top of it. I love it. And there's another ring of mine. It's beautiful. I feel all sort of trembly with excitement and happiness that, you know, that you've created this for me. Thank you so much.
My absolute pleasure.
I love the fact that it's so ethnic looking and reflects the different countries and places. I didn't want anything ordinary, and this is extraordinary.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely gorgeous.
These are all the jewellery that you gave us as well.
Wow.
The gold ring, Keith's signet ring. I've melted those down and made them into these decorative baubles to put on the front and around the sides and the top of the box too. So it's quite tactile as well.
Yeah. I love it, and I love the fact that I'm going to be able to put it on my coffee table and see that every day.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
And touch it every day.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
I can even put other memories of Keith inside it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wonderful.
So you've already gone.
My pleasure.
I'm so glad. Thank you so much.